You got it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Hey everyone, it's Jenna Williams, the Scream Queen with DamnationVault.com, and I am here with Diamonds to Dust. How are you guys? With Brandon, and Christian from Diamonds to Dust.
Hey, what's going on? I am Christian. I do vocals for Diamonds to Dust.
I'm Brandon. I do bass and clean vocals.
I'm Brandon as well, and I play guitar.
Awesome. Well, first of all, with Damnation Vault, we honor our veterans in every single interview we do. So I want to take this time to, thank those who fight for our freedoms, because without them, we would not be able to have this interview or, really do anything freely like we are right now. So thank you to all the veterans who are watching. And also, like, what does it mean to you guys to support our veterans?
Oh, for sure. We at Diamonds to Dust definitely have nothing but love for our veterans, and it really means a lot keeping the country safe and just
What he
I'm
said.
I'm glad to be safe in here.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be where we are without them.
We definitely would not be where we are now. No.
And a lot of family members. My father was a veteran. I have a lot of close friends, veterans. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, those guys, they go out and they sacrifice their life. Some of them, of course, don't come back. So it's truly amazing what they all do. And a lot of them say that without music, they would not have made it through their time, in combat. So it's really amazing. And so also you guys have been featured on the DWP Twitch channel for on Space Zebra Battle for the Big Stage. So congratulations on making it through this next round. So how does it feel so far?
It's very nerve-wracking. There's a lot of really good bands on there. We've gone up against a lot of really great, just fantastic musicians. It's honestly, I was very shocked every time we move along in the tournament.
Especially last round was a heart attack for us because we thought we were going to lose right off the bat.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Yeah, and War Within they're a great band too. I've heard of them before. I've listened to them for a little while. I was shocked.
Yeah. Like, what made you want to enter the battle for the big stage?
So I kind of was just scrolling through Twitch and I saw that, and I saw a bunch of bands competing, and I didn't think we were actually going to put it. It was so late, and I accidentally put one of our best songs first last time. So we were kind of we didn't really have a set plan. So we kind of just went along. We didn't think it was as serious as it was until we actually started watching it, seeing what was happening, and then noticed oh wow, we're actually getting far in this thing. We could moving on to saying a lot of things about us, and we ended up losing to Revision Revised in July's bracket, and they end up winning the whole thing. So they're very nice guys too. I talked to them. We told them how good they are. They said the same things about us, and then Gotham Jenny used her golden ticket to get us back in for this month.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited that you guys made it through again. Yeah, because when I heard, sorry, a notification popped up. Yeah, when I heard Corpus Christi, damn, your vocals are insane. I have to say that. Who are the artists that inspired you to scream like that? Because there's such range. There's even high pitched black metal to Mitch Lucker type vocals in there. It's amazing.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I really love doing vocals. I've been doing it for quite some time now. My inspirations would be like, anything from deathcore ranging to post-hardcore. I listened to a lot of different things growing up. I really lean more towards the deathcore stuff, especially now. My biggest influence would be Whitechapel and probably Suicide Silence. Yeah, that Mitch Lucker was Unanswered was the first deathcore song I'd ever heard, and I fell in love with it immediately. I was just blown away. I was 12 years old, just jamming out to this. This was, I'd heard a lot of metal before, but I didn't particularly care for it at the time, like when I was really little. But that song stood out to me, and from then on, it was just, grew from there. Definitely Mitch Lucker and Phil Bozeman for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yes, for sure. I wish I still had that memorial shirt. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh.
I'm bummed about it.
Yeah, and what inspired you, Brandon, or from Brandon's iPhone for bass and vocals?
Okay, well, I was actually a drummer, like growing up, and I am very close. Like I've known the drummer Melvin for a very long time. I went to high school with him, played football with him in high school, and one day we were just messing around. I went to watch them practice. It was him, it was Melvin, Christian, and Barry, and they were like, "Yeah, we need a bassist." And jokingly, I was like, "I'll go out and buy a bass. I'll start learning how to play bass." And then that's how I got in. And I've been learning slowly. Still need a lot of improvement. I'm still working on things like all the time. But I would say my biggest influences right now are probably I love the Amity Affliction.
Okay.
And probably We Came as Romans was a big one for me. So those two are probably that got me into liking this type of music.
Okay, awesome. And what about vocals?
Vocals, I never really grew up learning how to sing. I kind of just jumped into it and did it. I get my singing from my mom. My mom's a really good singer, but it's trying to cop who I listen to the most, probably Aaron Stringer from the Amity Affliction. I love his vocals. I love how good he is. And then probably another one is the kid from I See Stars.
Okay.
I love his vocals too, but I can't get my voice that high.
Okay. And what about for you, other Brandon?
The question is, our influences?
Who inspired you? Yeah, for guitar.
For guitar specifically, for what I'm doing now, it's for the shreddy stuff. Probably Mohammed Sukmez from Necrophagist. In the very beginning, the one who made me want to pick up a guitar is Dimebag Darrell of Pantera. But I draw inspiration from a lot of genres typically that aren't metal. I kind of just make metal now. I kind of burned myself out on metal because in my youth I was a bit of a, that's all I really listened to. You know what I mean? And then I kind of now, like I said, I burned myself out. So now I just pretty much I just primarily make it and that's where I'm at. So that's where it goes for influences. I draw influence from a lot of obscure things that if I named, it'd probably just be like, what are you talking about? Like jazz fusion. I mean, I make rap as well. I rap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I like a lot of industrial stuff. I like a lot of electronic based music. So I just draw inspiration from everything really. But yeah, I would have to give it to dudes like Mohammed Sukmez, as I said, Michael Keane of The Faceless, Chuck Schuldiner, all those technical metal dudes. That's where my style on the guitar kind of derives from.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can definitely hear it. I definitely hear the Necrophagist riffs in there. That's awesome.
Yeah, on the new album. Thank you. On the new album, it's gonna be a bit more on the technical side. Not overall, but I'm gonna have more input on it.
Okay.
As far as the solos and the leads go and stuff like that. So I mean that's where I really shine through it in the band with the lead and the solo stuff. So
Okay. What all can you tell us about the new album coming out? Like,
um
is there like when and like if you can say the album title and stuff like that?
we can't really we're it's an organic process, so it's kind of just we're going along for the ride and we'll see. It'll happen when it happens. We can't really release any dates right now, unfortunately. Barry has been saying around fall, so hopefully we can meet that. You know, but we'll see.
According to the stream today that Barry put up for Diamonds to Dust, he went live and he said that we should have a single or music video within the next month or so.
Okay, awesome.
So we don't know what the single's gonna be.
Okay.
It's all Barry.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. We don't want to say anything for sure, but hope that we have goals. We try to aim for the stars, and
Yeah.
if we don't quite get there, we'll have something coming soon. There's always stuff coming. So, but we don't want to say anything for sure and disappoint anybody. So.
Okay. Fair enough. So like in the song Corpus Christi, there's a Latin verse in there, like where you, a Christian, sound absolutely possessed in it. What made you want to scream out a Latin verse? And I know it's also a Bible verse.
So we are a Christian-based band, but I grew up Catholic.
Okay.
So essentially, the song was about what's called I don't know if you're familiar with what's called Revelations in the Bible, which is basically talking about the end of the apocalypse. And it was mostly just for fun. I get asked a lot if it's like that the end of the world is going on now. Not necessarily. It's hard to say, but I wrote it for fun, and I thought that a great fit would be to talk about the Last Supper, so to say. And I tried to do it in English to start with, and it didn't quite fit with the vibe. And something just told me, try Latin, and I did, and it sounded really cool to me, and guys liked it, and we released it, and we've heard some pretty good things so far, and
yeah, it definitely sounds awesome. So another thing that we're all about at Damnation Vault is
thank you so much.
What's that? I think it overlaid or something.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Like another thing we're all about at Damnation Vault is mental health awareness, because music literally it's a therapy in itself, and writing songs, composing songs, and just art in general, like it helps you get through it. A lot of people say without music they would be dead, or like if they're in a suicidal mood or something, they turn music on and just have that to relate to, and it helps pull them out of it. So my question, first of all, is like, what have been some songs that have pulled you guys out of dark moments, if you'd be willing to share?
Oh, this is a hard one. There's been a lot of songs.
Chasing Ghosts by Inflation.
Okay.
And R.I.P. Bond by them as well. Definitely two songs that have gotten me through some stuff.
Okay. Like, how do you feel that you connected to that to get you through it?
Just some personal things, I lost a couple friends in high school that I was very close with, and I was in a very dark place when I lost one of my close friends, and it just the vibe off of that song, it just hits different. Like when you actually read the lyrics and you watch the music video, it's got like a story behind it, and it's like there were times where I felt like he was still there, like when he was gone, and that just like it just connects like so perfectly.
Okay.
Because I was chasing to get back the friendship. It's like the song's called "Chasing Ghosts," and in the music video, the guy's chasing somebody he used to know through the woods, and he's not really there. But like
Oh,
I
wow.
felt like I was chasing back to that friendship that I get back.
Right. Okay.
So I guess that like definitely hit different.
Okay.
For me, most recently by Silent Planet. It never really hit me in any sort of specific way. It's just the story behind that song was, really crazy, and I would put that on a lot when I was in a depressed state. It has a lot of meaning. And speaking of which, it actually has to do with a veteran, the vocalist, who
Oh,
suffered
wow.
from PTSD from events that I assume happened in Iraq. I can't really tell you. He didn't delve in that far, but yeah, he just goes in with just how he deals with PTSD and some of the issues that went on while he was at war because of the team that he wished he hadn't, and how it was killing him inside. And the vocalist wrote this through somebody that he knew, like his eyes, which really like that's insane to me. I wish I could do something like that, because that just writing for somebody else, to me anyway, it just sounds incredibly difficult, and I really do give him a lot of props. It just, yeah, whenever I was upset and down, that's was my go-to for the past couple of years for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just for no specific reason, but it's got a lot of emotion to it, and it can definitely pull me out of the funk pretty quick.
Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a great song. If you're not familiar with them,
Yeah.
they really are.
I definitely am gonna check that out. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I mean, I'd say another one is "Young Blood" by Wage War.
Okay.
One of my friends actually took his own life when he was 17, and it's like I like listened to it like religiously when it came out, but I didn't realize like the full meaning behind it until I like looked at the lyrics, and like it was just like the way the kid was in a state of mind at the time. Like the lyrics just matched like this kid's like lifestyle. Like it was like literally like mirrored, and it was scary because like one of the lyrics in the song is he was only 17, decided life was not worth living. Like, and like it's scary how like it mirrored this kid's life was to the song.
Wow. Like that's
So,
about music. Like you can connect and relate to like so many artists go through the same things almost. And it's amazing to be able to relate to that. Makes you not feel so alone in the world.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
speaking on the vet,
Yeah.
though, August Burns Red had a song with the singer from A Day to Remember
Mhm.
that was speaking on like awareness of like homeless veterans
Oh, wow.
called Ghosts.
Okay.
And that song was like that song is still like one of my favorite songs.
Wow. I'm gonna have to check that out. I have not heard that one. Wow.
Because they do the whole the guy from August Burns Red, Jake, he's like really big on mental health. Like
Okay.
what is it called? something. He did like a whole tour like based off of like a mental health thing, and like had huge like bands on it and everything.
Wow.
And now he's got his own gym now in Pennsylvania, which one of our close friends, he's the singer for As Lions and Lambs. He goes to that gym and he actually works out with Jake.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But he's got his own gym called Your Life, and it has like really inspirational like mental health quotes all over the gym.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. I didn't know that. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, I would say definitely a couple of our releases were based on mental health. One of them being the first single I was ever on in the band, because the band's been around for quite a few years now, but I'm not the original vocalist. But Diamond Pierce Eyes has something to do with a woman who was with a man who was incredibly abusive and just got to the point where she'd had enough and just, you know, started really speaking out about it. And yeah, the song just really ends on her standing up to the guy and, you know, how her mental health is much better because of it. So thankfully it ends on a positive note. But,
That's good.
yeah, we've got a couple things. One of the newer releases actually has to do with something very close to home for me, and you know, a mental health of a loved one who has recently passed, and that will be, you know, on the new album, and yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna chime in here.
Okay.
So as far as relatable, like emotional lyrics go, I'm gonna go ahead and name drop Pantera again, because I feel like this is gonna probably reach a younger audience, and a lot of people who check out Pantera, they might like check out, you know, Cowboys from Hell, the single, and then, you know, like that whole album, and then they kind of be turned off because they're like, oh, this is my dad's music. This is kind of like Metallica, thrashy kind of stuff like that. A lot of the younger kids kind of get that vibe, which I love all that stuff. I love, you know, new music and old across the board. But you know, a lot of newer kids, you know, the older production, they're not really too big into it. But definitely check out the later albums, Great Southern Trendkill, you know, all that stuff, and read the lyrics. And that is some really serious, like relatable, emotional stuff. Like Pantera is an incredible band for sure. That definitely was one of those bands for me where I felt something. That's a lot of that's what you get from metal a lot of time. It's not too emotional, I want to say, not to you know, disparage any bands, you know, at all. You know, I mean, some bands make cool stuff, but Pantera makes like emotional metal. Like it's heavy and you feel it, and you gotta like. Sometimes Phil Anselmo's vocals, they're difficult to really hear because of the screams and stuff like that. But when you read along to the song, you know, yeah, you can't tell me you can get through that and not feel something like.
Right.
So,
Especially with like Suicide Note Part 1 and 2. Like those are deep lyrics.
yeah, big time. Becoming. You familiar with that song? That one.
Oh, I am a diehard Pantera fan.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, Becoming is a big one for me. I love that one. That one is just like, it just wants to get, you just get moving with that one. Like, yeah, so.
Yeah, they have some uplifting, no pun intended, uplifting lyrics, that's for sure.
Oh, Cemetery Gates is one that gives me the feels. For sure.
That one is amazing. Like Dimebag's guitar solos in that. My God.
Yeah, it's just he makes you feel something with the guitar, and that's something that's kind of been lost to the passage of time, I feel. But Dime is just like on a different level. Like I can't even name another guitarist through the ages who can really make a guitar sing like he can. Like anyway.
Yeah, he definitely was amazing. Rest in peace, Dimebag.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a baby now, yes.
Oh, making a cameo. How sweet.
Baby Case.
Oh. like another question is like, how did you guys form?
Oh boy.
We can't really answer that.
Yeah, that's.
I was sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. You're the OG. Yeah.
Yeah, Barry started the band, and I could be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure it was kind of his creation. Like he went to the studio and kind of laid down the foundation with the producer that we use most commonly, pretty much completely all the time, Randy. Um, and so yeah, it's kind of Barry's brainchild, so to speak. But yeah, that was around. I think he said 2013. I joined the band like late 2014, early 2015, and I was pretty much kind of like a live guy. Like I kind of filled in the other guitars and stuff like that. And then they went through a whole bunch of directional changes, a whole bunch of lineup changes, and you know, since Christians joined the band, they kind of went in a different direction, and so naturally the music went in that direction as well. And then Barry just called me up and he was like, "Hey, I think what we're doing, you can really get on board with." I checked it out, and I was 100% digging it. Feel like I could definitely contribute to it, and here we are. I'm back in the fold, and I think this is definitely a solid lineup what we have going on right now. I think the synergy between us all is, really solid. So
Definitely
yeah, but
sounds
as
like
far
it.
as like the foundation, Barry would answer that.
Okay. Okay. Well, those are all of my questions. So, like, thank you guys so much for taking the time to do this interview. Like I said earlier, before the interview started, like I turned into a diehard fan, so it's pretty cool. You guys have a really cool, like heavy sound. It's also cool, like that one song that I'm blanking on the name of it, of course, right now. That you guys have 3 vocalists doing like clean singing, and then your harsh vocals, Christian.
Yeah, that's Silence is also Suicide, and Brandon's got a part in that song as well as Barry, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. But yeah, that's a great song. That's actually got to do with you know, suicide. If you don't speak up and make your thoughts known, you try to hide your feelings, it could really end up ending in a devastating way.
Definitely.
The point of the song is to just let everybody know, hey, speak up. Don't try to judge other people and like from maybe somebody else's perspective who's maybe a little more pushy, maybe a little more like judgmental, and whereas also on the other spectrum, we're talking about people who just can't get what they want to say out because they're frightened or anxious.
Okay, that's an amazing message to have in your songs. So, I guess another like one more question would be what is a song that you guys have written that has the most profound meaning to you?
For me, it would be the one I'm currently in the process of writing right now, and I would say mostly because it is so difficult for me. It has to do with my nephew's recent death back in 2020, and it was just really hard on me. I felt a lot of emotions and at the same time felt completely numb. It's very hard to explain. It's been a very tough song for me to write, and it's when it comes out, I'm very, I'm just excited. I'm excited for the song to come out. I don't know. Even the words now are escaping me just because it's such a, I don't know, touching thing for me.
I would say the one was one I wrote with Christian, and it wasn't even for our band. It was for somebody else. We filled in for this guy Doug, who's really editing the song. posting it. So
Yeah, you did. You did a great job on those lyrics, by the way. You really did.
that has to do with mental health too. It has,
Nice.
but we're excited for that to come out. Me and Christian really liked what we did on that guy. He's mainly an instrumental type of band, and he asked me and Christian to get on do vocals for one of the songs he wrote. So
Okay, that's cool.
I had no idea what I was doing. I was just going with it and just trying to like figure out stuff to say. Christian liked it, and I liked it, and Randy liked it. So we made it the best way we could.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then what about for you, Brandon? Brandon Z.
I really couldn't say. Music for me is kind of like cathartic release. It's like a therapy session, especially like my lyrical stuff that I do kind of on the side. I'm gonna have like some lyrics on this upcoming album. I don't have any on previous releases. But you know, it's what I'm feeling at the time. I just get it out and then it's on to the next thing. I don't really stay stuck with, anything so that I do particularly. I'm always trying to look towards the future. So I have to say that's a bad thing, but that's just me. I'm always
Going
steamrolling
forward.
ahead towards the next thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's a good mentality to have.
Just always trying to make the next thing sicker. That's all.
Well, thank you guys so much for doing this interview. It's been amazing. And would you like to say anything else?
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. We're glad you reached out to us and had us be a part of your platform. Thank you. It really means a lot. It really does.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a great night, and it was fun chatting with you all. So, and I'm excited to hear your new song coming out soon.
Sweet.
And even more excited for the album whenever it comes out.
Yeah, whenever.
It's hard to say. Yeah, hopefully we're trying for the end of this year, but we'll see.
All right.
All right.
Well, you guys have a great rest of the evening, and thank you guys so much again.
You as well.
Cheers.
See ya.